Okay, hello and welcome everyone to Death Stranding 2 on the beach. So, I just bought the game like a couple of days back. I'm playing it like 2 days after the launch day. I was really looking forward to this. The original Death Stranding, well, I did like it, and it was something that I really did enjoy, if I'm being completely honest. But uh, not for the reasons that I think a lot of people enjoyed it. I'm not a Kojima fanboy. Also, we are playing this on
Perhaps you remember.
normal. Motion sensor. Okay. So I am playing this on the PS5, so obviously I'm gonna set it to Pro. So I'm gonna set it to performance. So the first Death Stranding, I loved it because of the themes of connection. I played it during COVID, and I remember this one distinct section where you had to go back east after traveling out all the way west, and you had to do it on foot. But someone was kind enough to leave their bike for me at that point from where I had to travel all the way back, and that truly made the entire journey back substantially more easy. And that, to me, was the best part of the game. The fact that, we're out here alone and isolated by ourselves, but this theme of uh, we all ended up coming together, helping each other, not because it helped us, right? Like, it's not that if I kept left a ladder for someone, it was going to help me, but it helped them, and it showed the altruism of people, even if it was a video game. Um, and how all the structures that everyone built, the bridges, the ladders, the roads, everything that people built was available for me to use because of their kindness. And it made me want to replicate that in the world, and it made me want to truly help people for the pure reason of just helping them with no other reason whatsoever. So I'll probably leave the speaker names on. And there were some emotional moments in the story of Death Stranding, but for me personally, it wasn't like there were some good moments in terms of the emotional value, but a lot of the time it was more of, you turn off your brain and what just happened? Okay. A lot of it was about you turning off your brain and you just appreciating things for what they are, in the sense that um, if you try to analyze and dissect the logic of it too much, it just would not work very well. So I did, even when I was watching the recap, I had a ton of questions, and everything was like, it made a ton of symbolic sense. Maybe that's the Kojima way of doing it, but if you actually start picking apart the logic, it starts to really, I don't know, things start to not work out so well. So I wanted to replay the first game, but I also wanted to play it along with the world, Death Stranding 2 along with the world, and I felt that now the player base for Death Stranding would be a bit lower, and I felt like the experience wouldn't be the same. That was one reason I didn't replay it. Second, I didn't want to get burnt out for Death Stranding 2 because I know that it's a lot of the same. So I just watched a long recap, and I watched some of the most important cutscenes, like the cutscene movie. I kept it side by side. So I think I am well prepared for this. So let's just go over the recap once as well.
Perhaps you remember me. That's right. It's Dead Man. The dead started to.
The dead started to find their way into our midst, crossing over from the other side. We call these entities beach things. When they came into contact with the living, the result was instant annihilation. Strange rain fell from us. And it was very fitting. Like, I played this right during COVID, so all of these things were. This is basically what happened during COVID, and now
The
Death Stranding
Death
2 is inspired by
Stranding
COVID. Just Cupid in.
Of course.
By extending the chiral network across, you would enable the rebirth of the United States as the United Cities. You were also to rescue Bridget's daughter, Amelie, had been taken.
And the
I think there is this thing where Dead Man doesn't like have a soul. Um. Let me just ask um Google. Death Stranding. Why doesn't Dead Man have a soul? Um. Death Stranding. Dead Man doesn't have a soul. He was born from a fertilized human egg in an artificial womb. Okay, the lie he tells you is that 70% of his body was harvested from cadavers, and the remaining 30% was grown from pluripotent stem cells, whatever that means. But in reality, he didn't. He was born in an artificial womb, and so he doesn't have a soul because he wasn't born in the the normal way. Why is it fabricated though?
Mama and Lock.
The soul is sent to the beach.
As your
He kidnapped Amelie and traded for me.
the Cairo. America.
Okay, well, now I think we can start the game. I just entered my birthday, and now I got that, what do you call it? The message that, you know, people born under the Pisces constellation and a bunch of others. I'm a Pisces, I'm March 20, so all of those people are doomed to suffer with dooms, or they have higher dooms levels. Bang, that echoed across time and space. Well, even the recap doesn't really do a good job of explaining the story, so I'm thankful that I studied it beforehand. Wonderful.
Me? I've always loved porters.
That's
Through freezing
random,
rain and biting wind. Across rivers, mountains, and endless deserts. They come to deliver something priceless. A glimpse of a life I've never known. They're my window. My sole connection to the outside world. And I know they'll be back again. Today.
-61.
Nice.
Have I ever really loved someone? Do I deserve what I've got? Now the great systems turn to traps and the fears switching sides. I own
Okay,
$1
that looks new.
million worth of stock, but I still won't sleep at night. What is it that I've become?
Troy Baker, he played Higgs in the first one.
-61. Now
The terrain looks really good.
rises
Seriously good.
high in my cold paradise, where men sit in circles and talk.
This looks photoreal. These sections, they look really good. And it's running on a PS5 and PS5 Pro, which is
kind of
incredible.
gamble and watch the city drown.
Chiralium.
Is it that I belong?
Oh, she's still there. The extinction entity. Lindsay Wagner's the extinction entity, right? Those are mules? Okay, now we are coming to the 60 FPS section of the game.
-61. Now the wind cuts the leaves like a knife, and the sun is out of sight.
Aww.
See the world they build, lose at the trial what is left and what is right. I made the worst mistake.
Aww, instead of bridge babies. Oh god, you don't want to fall down now, do you?
Okay, time to head home.
Whoa. I just lost all of my cargo. And I have no idea where it went. Should I restart? Okay, I'm restarting. Okay, the game really doesn't want you to run right now.
It doesn't. Sorry, kid.
Okay. Yeah, it really feels like controlling a real person with all of the momentum and everything. That's helpful. Oh wow, that is so cool.
Let's head home before it gets dark.
Ah, I see the rainbow. But didn't we stop the extinction entity and the Death Stranding? We saw a regular rainbow as well. Wait. Remember right? I am headed home. So, why is the rainbow still there?
I feel that. Yeah, I'm shaking. Shaking pretty bad.
Okay, wow. Wow, that is cool. That is a ton of physics simulation.
Okay, you're all right.
I remember this one guy, he used to like shake the controller so vigorously. Now it doesn't feel like that. Aww, that is so cute.
Let's go home and get you fed. Definitely don't want to fall here.
Okay, we came down to the...
Wait, rain. Gotta move.
Is there something like a map which tells me where I should...
Can anybody hear me? I'm Sam.
I'm genuinely confused though. Where am I supposed to get to? Any kind of destination marker or anything would be
Pretty far from home.
Well, we were thousands of meters away, and I would say that we are getting pretty close.
Almost there. There, we made it.
Nearly there. A lot of people said that this game was basically a refinement of everything that the first Death Stranding was in every way. Let's see what that actually means. So far it has been very quiet and a lot of walking, which is, again, there was a lot of that in Death Stranding 1 as well, but let's see. Oh, that facial model looks good, man. What? The fuck? That's new. What the fuck was what? Okay. Oh, that's an illusion. I see. That's why it didn't. Hey, that's Spider-Man too. The
Hey. Not bad, little porter. Not bad at all. Okay, Lou. Time for some nom-noms.
That's cute.
Come on. There you go.
That's fragile, isn't it? Aw, that is so cute. Isn't that just fragile?
Who's there?
What the fuck? Just brought a pan instead of a knife.
Who are you? Fragile?
Were you cooking?
What are you doing here?
I've been looking for you.
Nothing's worrying me.
Okay. Definitely got me hooked, that opening.
Wow. Lou's growing up fast. You two look good. Like a happy family. Here's a gift. The finest Carol printed diapers.
Thank God. How'd you track us down?
Your neighbor got hooked up to the Carol network. Service now extends to the whole region. I let myself in with this. You can use Carol printers now too.
Guess it's time we thought about moving. Maybe further south. You know, I'm surprised you used the front door for once.
My jumping days are behind me. Overdoing it left me with some kind of syndrome. They call it jump shock.
You care for a drink?
Thank you, but no. I should get straight to the point.
Business, huh? I mean, for a moment there, I thought maybe you wanted to catch up.
I have a job for you. Take it, and that whole mess over how you left bridges will be wiped from the record. You
Why?
won't have to live in hiding anymore.
I don't give a fuck. Why should
What
I?
about Lou?
That's a little more complicated. We're talking about a bridges asset. You'll have to work it out. Sam, you brought America together. Helped it be reborn as the UCA.
What are those little hands, though?
But I'm afraid that Death Stranding is far from over. Humanity is still in danger. Still on the brink of extinction. Don't act like you don't see it. A lot of things changed after you went off on your own. Especially within the UCA. Bridges no longer oversees the distribution network. They withdrew once things were up and running. So your friends and co-workers all went their separate ways. And that's not all. Die Hard Man is not the president of the UCA anymore.
Oh.
In case you're wondering who's handling distribution now, A Pass 4000 has revolutionized the whole process. It utilizes the Carol network to manage and carry out deliveries. Within network coverage, there's no need to rely on human porters anymore. And no need for Fragile Express, of course. So after I closed up shop, I went and started a new group. One that handles work in regions outside the UCA. We decided to call ourselves Drawbridge. And we still require the services of human porters that can work outside the network. Preferably ones with dooms who can sense BTs. Sam, I'm asking you to go to Mexico. To extend the chiral network to the south. Just like you did when you went out west.
You're asking, or is this coming from the UCA?
Both. The UCA came to Drawbridge, and now I'm coming to you.
But
So, what do you say?
Seriously, why me?
There are several reasons I thought of you for this job. Deadman, for one. He's currently working at a lab in southern Mexico. I don't know the details, but the research they're conducting there is important. Very important. And there are certain things he'd like to tell you in person.
That was one reason. You got more?
I do. And this one's serious. There is some BT territory near that lab I mentioned. They monitor the chiralium levels, and recently, they've observed unusual activity. The cause is still unclear, but they seem to think there's a good chance a massive BT is headed their way.
that
And
baby's
if they're
so
right,
cute.
then I want you there, ready to kill it before it kills them. Don't forget, Sam. You were the first person in the world to ever take out a BT.
Guess that makes sense. But something's still bugging me.
What?
All this talk about extending the network into Mexico. Isn't the UCA basically expanding their territory? Taking control? Claiming it for their own?
Sam, it's not like that. They're not trying to take over the world. They just want to link up new areas with the chiral network. Like the internet before the Death Stranding. Public infrastructure to connect people. Which is why, instead of turning to an established government agency like Bridges, the UCA contracted a private organization, like ours, who then decided to employ the services of a freelancer like yourself. So please, Sam, won't you help us out? Mexico has no shortage of beached things. Spirits of the dead washed up from the other side were stranded there just like everywhere else. Any human corpse that hasn't been properly disposed of will
That's
become
straight
a
out of
BT.
DS1.
And any living human that comes into contact with a BT will get dragged into the depths of the tar. Giant BTs can and will emerge from the tar as well. And if they succeed in consuming a living human being, they'll trigger a void out,
Oh,
destroying
this is
everything
a
nearby in
recap for
massive
us, just in
explosion.
case we missed it.
Several Mexican cities were wiped off the map in this way. The survivors have since become divided and isolated. As most people cannot see BTs, they live in fear of them, and that fear has made them too terrified to venture outside.
So it's basically America.
Chiralium contamination is severe. Some areas have it worse than anything you experienced back in the UCA. The timefall storms are growing more intense as well.
Some more weather.
And, as you can imagine, everything in their path is subject to temporal acceleration. Objects and structures degrade rapidly, while animals and humans grow old and frail in the blink of an eye. Timefall often precedes the appearance of BTs there too. So you should do everything you can to stay out of it as much as possible.
Is it
There are
basically?
many other dangers, though. The rivers can flood in an instant, and earthquakes happen daily.
Yeah, that's what I would say. I won't do it because I have Lou now. What? Oh, so you have to say.
Yeah, all right.
So you'll do it?
I just ended the game prematurely.
Well, it's not like I can take my kid with me. If I do this, can you hold the fort for me while I'm gone? Play babysitter?
That's
We're
cute.
inside the network. There's a child care app I can use.
But why does it feel like it's just the first game being
It'll be
repeated?
fine.
Like the
lab is only a
premise.
few days away. I promise he'll be back before you know it.
The
Link up
premise?
the region as you head south, and come home safe. We'll be waiting.
The premise looks and sounds identical to the original. Identical. It's like I just experienced this. And the mystery is obviously gone surrounding the Death Stranding, so okay. Lou is very cute and all, but like the wonder and that allure, that mystery, that isn't there. And so far it seems to be retreading very similar ground, so that not sure how I feel about that. Ah, he's wearing the drawbridge's uniform. Not Bridges.
Go on. Slide it on your thumb.
Like a ring?
Try sticking your thumb out, like you're giving me a like. Access your ring terminal to view the map. From here you can check order details, as well as the cargo for delivery. Now then, let's review the mission that you'll be undertaking on behalf of Drawbridge. Your destination is a research lab in southern Mexico.
That's far.
When you arrive, you'll need to use the Cupid to connect it to the chiral network. Chiral communication utilizes the beach, where time barely passes. Using the Cupid in conjunction with the delivery terminal will allow us to initiate a zero-time massive data transmission. But because of the distance, it's not feasible to head straight to the lab to establish a connection. You'll need to use the way stations to extend network coverage until you're close enough to get the lab online. Your first stop is C1, Ciudad Nuda del Norte. Bring them a delivery and welcome them into the network. Improper corpse disposal remains a serious problem in Mexico. With every additional corpse that spawns a BT, the risk of a void out grows even higher. C1 in particular is struggling to handle this issue. But once they're online, we can give them the technology they need to address the situation.
Okay.
Why don't you take a look at the cargo you're carrying by opening the menu? You can access useful information about your deliveries via your ring terminal. To review the cargo currently in your This is the cargo you'll need to deliver. Be sure to get it to its destination in one piece. It's an excellent... We've given you some additional equipment. It can be carried in pouches or in special hooks. All these weapons can be used to incapacitate human. Be sure to wait your very... Return to the menu when everything looks good to go. Finally, before heading out, make sure to plot your delivery route. Return to the map.
Okay.
See your destination? There's a river you'll need to cross to get there. Think about what route you might take from your current location. When you plot a route on the map, you'll see what hazards you may run into along the way. You can face these challenges head-on, or try to find a way around them. How you get to your destination is up to you, but think it over before getting underway. Latest model Cupid. Just completed. We decided to put a hold on network expansion until it was ready to go. Like last time, you'll be using it to welcome people into a whole new world. It won't be any harder than before either. The Chiral network terminals are ready and waiting. Bridges saw to that. Amelie's expedition split into two groups midway. The first continued west, while the second cut south into Mexico. But again, they were only able to lay the groundwork. Until you bring those terminals online with the Cupid, the network can't grow. Hungry?
No.
Oh. No more baby food for you.
Let you get fragile, any trouble, I'm gone. Don't you break my kid.
Now who wants to eat?
But I wonder if Death Stranding was a game which really needed a sequel, same as Last of Us. Like, I mean, especially now that I'm seeing it, it's retreading basically the same ground. That's what it seems like.
All right, let's get this done.
Now that I'm actually in the game, I see that some of the assets and stuff, they are, like, when you look into the distance especially, you can see that there is a pretty obvious,
Anybody out there?
you know, dip in the quality. So, maybe let me just see. have now set prioritize quality. And I think prioritize quality also draws things out a little bit further into the distance. But yeah, 30 FPS is just, I don't know, unplayable. I'm just gonna leave. I thought there should be a PS5 Pro patch or something, or I don't know. It says it's PS5 Pro enhanced, but I don't know. So far, initial thoughts are that, honestly, not the most impressed, because it seems to me to be more of Death Stranding 1. It seems like it's just retreading the same ground. What is this place? Are they mules? Okay, well,
We're in enemy territory now.
oh, okay, maybe I'll just end the video here, because, if I start this, it's gonna take a while. So we'll continue in the next one. Hope you guys like it so far. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.